What if your CRM didn't just store data, but actively thought for you? Seriously, think about that for a second. I want you to completely reimagine your enterprise software right now. Stop thinking of it as this passive tool where you just dump information and start picturing it as an active, thinking participant in your business. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're zooming in on a massive shift happening right now inside Microsoft's unified AI ecosystem, specifically Dynamics 365 and Agentic AI. We're going to look at exactly how organizations are transforming chaotic, disconnected systems into hyper-efficient intelligence hubs. It's an absolutely fascinating evolution from just using software to essentially employing it. Okay, so here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, redefining digital transformation, then real-time intelligence, followed by integrated fraud protection, autonomous operations, and finally the AI sales revolution. And don't worry, we're going to connect all the dots, from foundational cloud architecture all the way to practical department-specific AI agents. Section 1, redefining digital transformation. Meet the brain and nerves. To really grasp modern software architecture, we need to look at it more like human anatomy rather than just lines of code. Okay, let's dive into this. Think of Microsoft Fabric as the actual brain of your entire operation. It utilizes something called OneLake, which basically acts as a massive logical data lake. Now, what this does is break down those traditional, stubborn data silos. Instead of your sales data living in one box over here and your marketing data stuck in another box over there, OneLake unifies all those disparate data sources into a single cohesive intelligence platform. It's the analytical engine that gives your business a true 360-degree memory. But, a brain needs a way to feel what's happening on the outside, right? Enter Azure Event Grid. If Fabric is the brain, Event Grid is the nervous system. It's a highly scalable, serverless event routing service. So when a customer clicks a button on your portal, Event Grid instantly catches that signal and passes it straight to the intelligence layers. Crucially, though, it works asynchronously. This decouples your customer-facing portal from heavy back-end processing, meaning your website stays lightning fast and highly responsive, no matter how hard that brain is working in the background. Section 2, real-time intelligence and scoring, moving at the speed of the customer. Let's transition over and see exactly how this brain and nervous system process real-time signals. Walk through the exact journey of a lead with me. Step 1, your portal generates a simple JSON event, say a potential customer downloading a white paper. Step 2, the event grid we just talked about routes that payload instantly. Step 3, an Azure function steps in and applies an AI propensity model to score the lead right then and there. Finally, Step 4, Power Automate pushes all of that enriched data seamlessly into Dynamics 365. And because this whole thing is event-driven, even if your internal CRM happens to be briefly offline for maintenance, the event grid holds onto the signal. You literally never lose a lead. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the massive paradigm shift it represents. Traditional systems, they use batch scoring. Maybe once a night, the system grinds through all this data and tells you who was a hot lead yesterday. But this architecture uses dynamic propensity logic. It's a real-time, stateless AI processor. It scores leads based on immediate contextual behaviors the exact second they happen. Are they on the pricing page right now? The AI catches that, scores it, and alerts sales instantly. Game changer, right? Section 3. Integrated fraud protection, defending the contact center. Now let's take our first department tour and look at how this interconnected intelligence creates a protective shield. Fraudsters are increasingly exploiting contact centers. They're using social engineering to impersonate customers or creating these totally synthetic identities for account takeovers and refund abuse. It's a huge problem. To combat this, Dynamics 365 Contact Center acts as a shield by plugging fraud protection directly into the omni-channel architecture. It uses AI-driven real-time scoring to analyze device fingerprinting, transaction anomalies, and even voice biometrics. It essentially builds a high-tech fortress around your human agents. And what's honestly remarkable is the accessibility of this defense. To start protecting your contact center against these highly sophisticated threats, the base SKU for account, purchase, and loss protection begins at just $1,000 a month per tenant. That is a surprisingly approachable starting point for enterprise-grade AI security. Let's contrast that $1,000 base cost with a massive ROI microstory. A retail contact center implemented this exact loss prevention module to combat fraudulent returns. By utilizing the AI anomaly detection, they reduced refund abuse by 40%. The result? $2 million saved annually. $2 million! That is the absolute power of turning your software from a passive database into an active defender. Section 4, Autonomous Finance and Operations, Eradicating Manual Drudgery. Let's move away from the contact center and into the back office to meet the autonomous agents actively tackling tedious manual work. And this brilliantly illustrates the colorful array of self-optimizing digital colleagues specifically engineered for finance and operations. These are not just your generic run-of-the-mill chatbots. They are purpose-built agents actively eradicating tedious manual reconciliation and compliance risks. They integrate right into the very workflows that typically bog down human workers. Let's quickly catalog these agents. You have the supplier communication agent autonomously chasing vendors for pending confirmations, the time generation agent pulling data straight from Outlook calendars to ensure totally accurate billing, the expense agent reading images of receipts, applying company policy limits, and accelerating reimbursements. You even have the scheduling agent actively optimizing field technician travel times in real time. They are quietly, constantly handling the heavy lifting of enterprise administration. To put this into perspective, think about month-end close. We all know it's historically a grueling, highly manual process. But with the account reconciliation agent, it just churns through thousands of ledger to subledger transactions overnight. By the time your human accountants log in with their morning coffee, the agent has already done the matching and flagged just the 50 anomalies that actually require human expertise. It completely redefines where human capital is spent. Section 5, the AI sales revolution. Co-sellers on the front line. Let's pivot to our final department tour, shifting from back-office cost savings to frontline revenue generation. Sales organizations face incredibly complex, fragmented customer journeys today. To combat this, Dynamics 365 deploys specialized AI sales agents. The qualification agent autonomously researches prospects and initiates outreach. The research agent allows human sellers to query complex CRM data using natural language, literally just asking a question and getting a dashboard instantly. And the order agent? It sits right in the inbox, autonomously parsing order details from customer emails, validating product codes, and generating the order directly in the CRM. So the crucial point is how far this autonomy actually goes. Take the sales close agent for engagement. It doesn't just draft emails. It actively drives mid-tier deals to closure. It suggests products, uses AI-driven scripts to handle common objections, like, hey, is this scalable? And it maintains deal momentum. It autonomously closes the routine deals, explicitly reserving your highly paid human sellers for complex, high-value strategic negotiation. Which really brings us to the core strategic impact of this entire Microsoft ecosystem. As our source material perfectly summarizes, these agents act as digital colleagues, autonomously handling repetitive tasks, freeing human sellers to focus on relationship building and strategic deal closure. This is the paradigm shift we've been talking about. It is the evolution from simply using software to actively employing it. I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Look at your current tech stack. Look at the tedious, repetitive work your best people are doing right now. With the brain of Microsoft Fabric, the nervous system of Event Grid, and the hands-on capabilities of these specialized AI agents. Are you ready to stop thinking of software as a tool you use and start treating it as the newest team member you hire? Thanks for joining me for this explainer. See you next time.